I remember the exact moment my world tilted. My phone buzzed around midnight, and I groggily reached for it, expecting another late-night notification from work. Instead, it was her. Staying at Sarah's tonight. Don't wait up. Love you. I stared at the screen longer than I should have. A pit forming in my stomach. Sarah was her sister, and on the surface, it made sense. But something felt off. The way she didn't say see you tomorrow or good night. Just a detached, clipped message. My mind refused to settle. I wanted to believe her, but there was this nagging voice whispering doubt, and I couldn't shake it. The next morning, I tried calling her. 1 ring, 2 rings straight to voicemail. Then another message, terse and hurried. Running errands with Sarah. Won't be back until late. I forced myself to breathe, telling myself I was overthinking it. Maybe she really was at her sister's. Maybe I was just being paranoid. But when I glanced at the empty coffee cup she usually left for me, the one she always made with care, I felt the first flicker of unease. By late afternoon, my anxiety had metastasized into something tangible. Her friends were suddenly busy when I tried to reach them. Social media posts were sparse, ambiguous. Even the scent of perfume lingering in the hallway seemed foreign, almost mocking. I scrolled through old texts, searching for a reason to feel better, but every casual "I love you" now seemed like a lie believed blindly. Then the text arrived. Just one simple, devastatingly ordinary text from her phone number, but it wasn't from her. Had the best night with you. Can't wait to do it again. XX. I dropped the phone. The coffee table rattled beneath it. My mind went blank, then raced. What night? What had she done while claiming she was at her sister's? I reread it, hoping it was a mistake, a wrong number. But deep down I knew. Every lie, every forced excuse, every time she laughed at something I didn't understand, suddenly made sense. The puzzle pieces I had ignored, the late text she hid, the phone calls she took in the bathroom, the evenings she said were girls' nights, but came home smelling like someone else, snapped into brutal clarity. I remember walking the apartment in a daze, my hands trembling. I traced the scratches on the table where we had our first dinner, the spot where she always sat reading quietly beside me. Every memory stung. Every ordinary domesticity turned into a mask she wore for me. I wanted to scream, to punch the walls, to wake her sister and demand the truth, but all I could do was sit, phone clutched, heart hammering like a drum I could no longer hear over the sound of betrayal. When she finally walked in, the door closing softly behind her, I wasn't ready to speak. I wanted to ask everything, demand every confession. But I just stared, seeing her in the living room light, and the casual smile on her face now felt like a betrayal I couldn't unsee. "Hey," she said a little too brightly. "I thought I'd surprise you with dinner. Sarah and I had a great day out." I cut her off. "Stop." Her smile faltered. "Stop what?" "Stop lying," I said, my voice low but steady. One single text, and everything changed. Don't even try to explain away. I saw it then, the flicker of guilt, fleeting but undeniable. She opened her mouth, hesitated, and I didn't need the words. I'd already lived them in the quiet horror of that message. I didn't mean for you to see it," she whispered finally. "It wasn't supposed to happen." I shook my head. "It doesn't matter why. It matters that it did. That you chose this, even once. That while I was trusting you, believing in us, my throat tightened. You weren't even thinking about me." The room was silent after that, except for the soft hum of the refrigerator. I felt the weight of years collapse. The intimate moments we'd shared now etched in sharp, cruel contrast to the truth I'd just uncovered. I didn't cry. Not then. Not in front of her. I gathered my phone, my coat, keys, and walked out. I left her standing there, guilt and confusion battling for dominance on her face, and I stepped into the cold night, like a man shedding a life he once cherished. I spent hours wandering, replaying memories I'd thought were pure and safe. I remember the mornings she'd press her hand into mine, as I brewed coffee, the evenings we'd laughed until our ribs ached. Every memory now bore the sour tang of betrayal, but also a hard, necessary clarity. I would remember her, yes, but not her lies. I would carry the lessons, the heartbreak, the quiet strength I didn't know I had until it was demanded of me. By sunrise, I understood some truths, no matter how brutal. Free you in ways false love never can. She had her choices, I had mine. And mine was to leave, to heal, to rebuild. One text had broken me. Yes. But it also gave me back something far more precious than anything she could take. The right to walk away without shame, and the certainty that my own self-respect would not be negotiable again.